The morning before my shop.
Yeah, right.
Why not make a resolution that's easy to keep? Kellogg's Complete Bran Flakes. High fiber, low fat. It's an easy start to a healthier new year.
WeatherScope, today's forecast for weather across the nation. A complete look coming up on WeatherScope right after your local forecast. This is your local forecast. Weather information you can plan on, only on the Weather Channel.
This edition of WeatherScope is sponsored by Pillsbury.
This is WeatherScope.
A mixed variety of winter weather is spreading across the east, bringing snow and ice slowly but surely to the north, while potentially severe weather is crossing the deep south this morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bruce Edwards in the Weather Channel studios. And a bit later, we'll have your forecast of that Arctic cold that'll be gripping most of the country. But first, we go to the forecast center with the latest on the snow, the rain, and the ice in the east. With all the details, here's Vivian Brown. Good morning, Vivian.
Good morning, Bruce. I'll tell you what, we do have a multifaceted storm over the east. If you have travel plans today from the Mississippi Valley all the way to the East Coast, you will encounter some precipitation either in the form of snow or ice or freezing rain. We also have thunderstorms to contend with this morning over parts of the southeast. Let's show you what has happened, though, as far as the snow is concerned. In Oklahoma City, the kids were enjoying the present that Mother Nature brought over the last 24 hours. We had about 6 inches reported in some parts of the city, but certainly it made for hazardous driving conditions. The school bus drivers and all the grown folks trying to get to work yesterday in the Oklahoma City area. We had reports that Interstate 40 was closed for about 30 minutes or so, which runs through the central parts of the state. So we've had quite a bit of snow with the storm. Let's show you our snow history now. It's been widespread, 3 to 6 inches from the panhandle of Texas into southern Indiana. Around Evansville, we had some 3 inches reported. Notice the gray shading here in southwestern Missouri and up to toward St. Louis. We've had 6 to 12 inches. Joplin officially reported some 7 inches over the last 24 hours. It's associated with an upper level low. Remember the one that brought the heavy snow in New Mexico and western Texas? Well, as it continues to churn northward, of course, it brought the snow right in this region yesterday. And right now, we still have reports of some light snow with the moisture draping on the backside of that area of low pressure. Still some snow around Chanute, Kansas, and Sedalia, Missouri. St. Louis still reporting snow. Eastern Iowa, Chicago, Milwaukee, over to Detroit. The snow this morning. Toledo and Cleveland also some snow. So on the northern fringes here, we definitely have the snow. So it's a wintry mess across much of the Midwest and the upper Mississippi Valley. Now our snowfall forecast looks like this. Anywhere from 3 to 6 inches over the next 24 hours from central Illinois right through northern Ohio, northern Pennsylvania, west central New York. So our targeted area for a wintry mess is across the upper Mississippi Valley into parts of the Northeast. Now around the St. Louis area, again, we've had about 6 inches already. Still some moderate snow being reported in the area, so you know that has made for some problems. And we have on the line with us Lieutenant Paul Parmenter, who is with the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Good morning, Lieutenant.
Good morning.
We talked earlier and you said that you did have reports of stalled cars, but a few accidents have also been reported in the area.
Yeah, the snow is very heavy on the highways and overpasses, and right now a lot of them are almost impassable.
Okay, did you do any salting last night or preparing for the storm?
The highway department was alerted and they were out, and they've been plowing ever since it started, but it is just a really heavy snow and we've got a lot of highways.
Okay, it's about 8:30 this morning, so what advice do you have for the travelers as they're trying to get into work, huh?
Oh, I would say don't go if you don't have to, and if you have to, leave early and give yourself plenty of time because you're going to be very slow.
Okay, great advice from Lieutenant Paul Parmenter. Thank you very much, Lieutenant. I know you're very busy, but we thank you for taking time to share with us the latest information out of the St. Louis area. I'll tell you what, this storm has brought, again, the snow. It has also brought quite a bit of icy conditions over the central Appalachians. We also have reports of thunderstorms. Yesterday, as thunderstorms moved through central Georgia, we had reports of pea-sized hail. Also some gusty winds at times. So another dangerous scenario building over parts of the southeast as this system continues to move to the east. So we have another good 24 to 36 hours to deal with this storm over the eastern half of the country. Our latest temperatures now. Of course, the temperatures determine if the precipitation will fall in the form of snow or ice or thunderstorms. And our freezing line is right about here. The not Dallas, but D.C., we have reports of 30 degrees and light snow in our nation's capital. And then it kind of extends north of Nashville with a temperature of 41 in Nashville. And so let's see, we'll take our freezing line right through here. So we definitely have some frozen precipitation to the north of this line here as we have reports of snow and or freezing rain because ice with the colder air trapped in the valleys of western Virginia, the western parts of North Carolina, the western parts of South Carolina around Greenville, Spartanburg. We have thunderstorms too now. They're basically over southeast Georgia and the panhandle of Florida. We have reports of lightning with these storms and the potential for tornadoes too. A new tornado watch has been issued to include Jacksonville, Florida, the northeastern part of the state, and this tornado watch is in effect until 4 o'clock local time. So we have a big mess over the east as this storm will take another 36 hours before all said and done. And then we'll look at this system with widespread snow and blizzard-like conditions over parts of North Dakota. And with more details on that next storm over the northern plains and your forecast, let's throw it back to the studios to Bruce. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Vivian. Good morning, everyone. I'll tell you, the eastern half of the country is preparing to grip the Arctic cold that is descending upon them, but warmer weather is adding to a somewhat rough situation in the west. Now, snowmelt continues to pump up the Feather River in central California long after the heavy rains have ended. The rising water is forcing more folks to evacuate, and there's also the problem of hazardous materials with cracked diesel and propane tanks leaking into the river. Livestock, of course, have perished in the floods. So it's just a nasty situation. It's going to take time to get better. But at least this weekend, the weather's going to cooperate. At least it'll be fairly decent out there. Mild air, but of course the mild air will help to melt some of that snow, and that will just compound some of the flooding. Now, speaking of problems, we look here to North Florida. Now, here is Jacksonville. Here is Ocala. Gainesville's about up here. Here's Gilchrist County, and here's Alachua County. And you see this line of thunderstorms with the front. Severe thunderstorm warning for Gilchrist and Alachua counties till 10 o'clock this morning. A severe thunderstorm in Gilchrist near the town of Bell is moving east at 40, capable of producing some hail and a wind gust excess of 55 miles an hour. So severe storms here. So the warning is out, and this line